Hey, Exotical darlings, this is Coco Exotical. Thank you for being here with me. Today, we're going to talk about how to deal with people who want to sabotage your glow up. So let's get into it. You know that moment when you finally decide to take yourself seriously? When you start hitting the gym, eating better, going back to school, starting that business, leaving that toxic relationship, setting boundaries, dressing better, speaking up for yourself. Basically, when you decide to glow up, and all of a sudden the people around you start acting weird. Yeah, that. Some people are going to get quiet, some are going to get passive aggressive, some are going to straight up try to sabotage you. And you're sitting there like, wait, I thought you wanted the best for me. I thought you wanted me to do well for myself, right? Well, here's the truth. They thought they did too until your growth started making them take a closer look at their own lack of effort. And that's what made them uncomfortable, right? When you change your habits and you start to change your life, then you disrupt the social equilibrium. Think about it. You've been a certain way for years. People know you as a certain version of yourself. Maybe you were the so-called funny friend who cracked jokes and laughed off people's disrespect. Maybe you were the people pleaser who always said yes. You were always available and always accommodating no matter what. Maybe you were the fat friend that they could look at when they gained a little bit of weight and say, well, at least I'm not bigger than her. Maybe you were stuck in the same crappy circumstances over and over again, complaining about the same problems year after year. So everyone around you got comfortable with that version of you, right? You fit into a perfect little box. You played the same role year after year, and that made them feel secure in their own positions. But the second you started changing, the moment you started setting boundaries, chasing goals, demanding better, looking better, and being better, that box cracked wide open and people started panicking, right? So here's the psychology behind that kind of behavior. First, there's the mirror effect. Your growth holds up a mirror to their own lack of growth. Misery loves company, so when you're both stuck, then everything's okay. But when you start moving forward and they're still stuck in the same place, your progress becomes a reflection of their own inaction. And instead of being inspired by you and making changes in their own lives, they feel judged and threatened by you, even though you've never said a word to them, right? Next, there's the fear of abandonment. People genuinely fear that if you level up, then you're going to leave them behind. And sometimes they're right. And it's not because you're a bad person. It's because you've outgrown the spaces that no longer serve you. So they try to hold you back and keep you small in order to keep you closer to them, right? Then there's the threat to their identity. If someone's entire identity is tied to being better than you in whatever way, whether it's more successful, more attractive, more put together, more well off, then your glow up is going to threaten their position, right? All of a sudden, they're not the pretty friend or the skinny friend or the most successful sibling or the one who has their life together. And that terrifies them, right? And you're not the one placing them on a hierarchy. They're the ones who've been secretly doing this for years. So when you change your life for the better, they feel lower on their own self-created hierarchy. Think about the friend or the family member who always gave you unsolicited advice about your own life. Then the moment you actually start implementing positive changes, all of a sudden they have nothing to say anymore. Or worse, they're telling you that you're doing too much or you're not the same person anymore. Translation, your growth disrupts their position as the mentor, and now they don't know how to relate to you anymore. So let's talk about what sabotage actually looks like, because sometimes it's not as dramatic as you think it's going to be. Sometimes it's more subtle, right? So you'll have the backhanded compliments. Wow, you're really taking this gym thing seriously, aren't you? Don't overdo it now. You don't want to injure yourself. Or the concern trolling. I'm just worried about you. It seems like you're becoming so obsessed with your appearance. Or I know you want to save money, but you never want to go out anymore. It's okay to treat yourself sometimes. Or they minimize your accomplishments. Oh, it's so great that you got promoted, but is the extra stress really worth it? Or I know your business looks successful right now, but a lot of businesses fail within the first few years, so just make sure that you have something to fall back on. Or they tempt you to try to destroy your progress. Oh, come on. One drink isn't going to hurt you. One piece of pizza isn't going to hurt you. You're being so extreme right now. Just have a little bit of fun. Or they try to manipulate you with nostalgia. Man, you changed. I miss the old you. Remember when we used to go bar hopping every weekend? Or remember when we used to try out new restaurants every weekend? Or remember when we used to go shopping every weekend? You're no fun anymore. So they're upset that you're no longer overeating and overspending and you're leveling yourself up instead, right? People love to sabotage you when they see you becoming more disciplined and focused on doing better for yourself in life. For example, say you start a business. Your partner says that he's supportive, but he constantly mentions how risky it is and how most businesses fail within the first few years. Then he keeps on complaining about how much time you're spending on developing your business and how you don't have time for him anymore. He keeps on asking when you're going to go and get a real job again, right? So he's not actually supporting you. He's planting seeds of doubt in your mind because your ambition makes him uncomfortable about his own stagnant career. Or the family member who, when you're trying to lose weight, shows up with your favorite junk food as a treat because they don't want you to feel deprived. Meanwhile, they're the ones who feel deprived of the bonding ritual of constant unhealthy eating together, right? The truth is that people who actually want you to win don't need to remind you of every single obstacle to your success. They don't need to play devil's advocate every time you tell them about one of your goals. They're actually going to support you and cheer you on and provide you with additional resources to help you reach your goals, right? So when people start showing their true colors and they get mad about your glow up, don't allow them to hold you back. Lean into that glow up and make them matter instead. Their discomfort is not your responsibility. You're not responsible for managing other people's insecurities. If your success makes them feel bad about themselves, then that's a them problem, not a you problem, right? You don't need to set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. You need to teach people how to treat you in life. The second you shrink yourself down to accommodate their jealousy, you teach them that their discomfort controls your behavior, right? You give them power over your life, and that's a slippery slope to giving up everything that you've worked so hard for. The right people are going to stay while the wrong people are going to fade away. When you level up, you're essentially running a social audit, right? The people who genuinely love you and support you are going to celebrate your wins, while the people who are only comfortable with a lesser version of you are going to magically remove themselves, right? And that's the best gift that you could ever get. People like that are showing you who they really are, so believe them, right? If someone only liked you when they were struggling, then they never really liked you at all. They liked feeling superior to you, right? So let's flip the script on negativity. When people start hating, getting jealous, trying to bring you down, that's not a red flag about you. That's a green flag that you're doing something right. Think about it. Nobody's jealous of someone who's doing nothing for themselves in their own life. Nobody tries to sabotage someone who's playing small. Nobody talks crap about people who aren't making major moves in their lives, right? So if you have haters, then that means that you're visible. You're taking up space. You're threatening the status quo, and that's exactly where you need to be. Jealousy is just admiration with resentment attached to it, right? Those kinds of people see something in you that they wish that they themselves had, and instead of working on themselves to try to level up, they try to tear you down to their pathetic level. So don't lower yourself. Make them raise their standards instead. For example, a woman wants to go back to school. Her mother keeps saying it's a waste of time and money. Instead of arguing, she stops discussing it. She enrolls anyway. She gets her degree. And now her mother's bragging to everybody about how successful her daughter is. Some people just need to see you succeed before they can really believe in you. And that's fine, but you can't wait for their permission to start doing something good for yourself. Your glow up isn't a group project. You don't need a committee to approve your growth and your level up. You don't need everyone to understand your vision. You don't need permission to become the best version of yourself, right? Are some people going to fall off? Absolutely. Will some people try to stop you? 100%. Is it going to hurt sometimes? Yes. But will it be worth it? Absolutely. Every single time. At the end of the day, you have to live with yourself. You have to look in the mirror and know that you didn't shrink yourself down simply because somebody else was uncomfortable. You didn't dim your light simply because somebody else couldn't handle the brightness, right? So if they're mad, let them be mad. If they're jealous, then that's good. That means you're doing something right. Let them watch. Your glow up isn't about them. It's about you finally choosing yourself after years of everyone else, right? So if that makes some people uncomfortable, then that's not your problem. Keep on going, keep on growing, and keep on glowing. And if they're mad about it, F them. Make them matter. Thank you for being with me, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.